monkey. Oh, what fun to run and jump and play. Curious George, the curious little monkey. Let's go see what he's doing today.
Curious George visits a hotel. I have to attend a science convention, George, said the man with the yellow hat. We'll drive to the city and stay overnight in a hotel. They packed their suitcases, put them in their little blue car, and off they went to the city. At the hotel, the man got in line to register for a room. George waited in the lobby. He saw a bellhop stacking suitcases on a cart. What did he do with that cart? George was curious. While the bellhop went to get some more suitcases, George climbed onto the cart and started pushing it. It moved like a scooter. George pushed harder, and the cart went wild. People had to jump out of its way. Zoom! George was able to turn the cart around. Suitcases tumbled off. Kalump! George flipped over and somersaulted behind a couch. The bellhop was very angry about the runaway cart. He went around putting all the suitcases back. When the coast was clear and the man with the yellow hat had registered, they went up the elevator to their room. They unpacked their suitcases. George jumped up and down to try out his bed. George, said the man, I must talk to Dr. Drew, the head of the convention. She has lost her suitcase, and her opening speech is in it. You can come with me, George, but this time, no nonsense. The man with the yellow hat went over to Dr. Drew, and George went over to the sofa. Dr. Drew was complaining to the manager about her lost suitcase. The room clerk was giving people the keys to their rooms. Lots of keys were on a big board. George waited until the clerk went to the other end of the counter. First, he climbed up to get a closer look. Then he started to move the keys from one hook to the other. It was fun. Pretty soon, the keys were all mixed up. The key for room 1102 was on hook 503. The key for room 630 was on hook 504. And the key for room 1212 was on hook 505. Suddenly, the clerk came back. What are you doing? He shouted. George was scared and ran away. When a man asked for room 210, the clerk gave him the key to room 303. Dr. Drew asked for her key. I'll wait in my room, she said, until that suitcase turns up. The clerk gave her the key to room 505. Pretty soon, a lot of angry people came up to the desk. You gave me the wrong key. What kind of place is this? I want the key to my room. Now the clerk saw what George had done. So did the manager. They both were very angry. Just then, Dr. Drew ran up to the front desk. You gave me the key to the wrong room, but I found my suitcase there. The bellhop must have made a mistake. Well, I'm glad you found your suitcase, said the clerk, but I think we have that little monkey to thank for that. He's the one who mixed up the keys. George came out from his hiding place. I'm so glad to have found my suitcase, she said. The man with the yellow hat came over. Seems like George caused a lot of trouble around here, he said. But, added Dr. Drew, thanks to George, I have my speech and the convention can begin. Let's go up to our room now, George, said the man with the yellow hat, and maybe you won't get into any more trouble.